Welcome to the Bible in a Year reading plan. Together we will read through the entire Bible. A portion from the Old Testament, New Testament, Psalms and Proverbs every day. Today's reading is in the video image. Read along, listen daily, and grow in the Word. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay on track with us daily. And you can always go back to previous videos if you miss any days. Numbers 21. The king of Arad, the Canaanite, who dwelt in the south, heard that Israel was coming on the road to Atharim. Then he fought against Israel and took some of them prisoners. 2 So Israel made a vow to the Lord, and said, If you will indeed deliver this people into my hand, then I will utterly destroy their cities. 3 And the Lord listened to the voice of Israel and delivered up the Canaanites, and they utterly destroyed them and their cities. So the name of that place was called Hormah. 4 Then they journeyed from Mount Hor by the way of the Red Sea, to go around the land of Edom, and the soul of the people became very discouraged on the way. 5 And the people spoke against God and against Moses, Why have you brought us up out of Egypt to die in the wilderness? For there is no food and no water, and our soul loathes this worthless bread. 6 So the Lord sent fiery serpents among the people, and they bit the people, and many of the people of Israel died. 7 Therefore the people came to Moses, and said, We have sinned, for we have spoken against the Lord and against you. Pray to the Lord that he take away the serpents from us. So Moses prayed for the people. 8 Then the Lord said to Moses, Make a fiery serpent, and set it on a pole, and it shall be that everyone who is bitten, when he looks at it, shall live. 9 So Moses made a bronze serpent, and put it on a pole. And so it was, if a serpent had bitten anyone, when he looked at the bronze serpent, he lived. 10 Now the children of Israel moved on and camped in Oboth. 11 And they journeyed from Oboth and camped at Ijabarim, in the wilderness which is east of Moab. Toward the sunrise. 12 From there they moved and camped in the valley of Zerd. 13 From there they moved and camped on the other side of the Arnon, which is in the wilderness that extends from the border of the Amorites, for the Arnon is the border of Moab, between Moab and the Amorites. 14 Therefore it is said in the book of the wars of the Lord, Waab and Suphah, the brooks of the Arnon. 15 And the slope of the brooks that reaches to the dwelling of Ar, and lies on the border of Moab. 16 From there they went to Beer, which is the well where the Lord said to Moses, Gather the people together, and I will give them water. 17 Then Israel sang this song, Spring up, O well, all of you sing to it. 18 The well the leaders sank, dug by the nation's nobles, by the lawgiver, with their staves. And from the wilderness they went to Madonah. 19 From Madonah to Nahaliel, from Nahaliel to Bamoth. 20 And from Bamoth, in the valley that is in the country of Moab, to the top of Pisgah which looks down on the wasteland. 21 Then Israel sent messengers to Sihon king of the Amorites, saying, 22 Let me pass through your land. We will not turn aside into fields or vineyards. We will not drink water from wells. We will go by the king's highway until we have passed through your territory. 23 But Sihon would not allow Israel to pass through his territory. So Sihon gathered all his people together and went out against Israel in the wilderness, and he came to Jahaz and fought against Israel. 24 Then Israel defeated him with the edge of the sword, and took possession of his land from the Arnon to the Jabbok, as far as the people of Ammon, for the border of the people of Ammon was fortified. 25 So Israel took all these cities, and Israel dwelt in all the cities of the Amorites, in Heshbon and in all its villages. 26 For Heshbon was the city of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who had fought against the former king of Moab, and had taken all his land from his hand as far as the Arnon. 27 Therefore those who speak in Proverbs say, Come to Heshbon, let it be built, let the city of Sihon be repaired. 28 For fire went out from Heshbon, a flame from the city of Sihon, it consumed Ar of Moab, the lords of the heights of the Arnon. 29 Woe to you, Moab! You have perished, O people of Chemosh! He has given his sons as fugitives, and his daughters into captivity, to Sihon king of the Amorites. 30 But we have shot at them, Heshbon has perished as far as Dibon. Then we laid waste as far as Nophah, which reaches to Medeba. 31 Thus Israel dwelt in the land of the Amorites. 32 Then Moses sent to spy out Jazer, and they took its villages and drove out the Amorites who were there. 33 And they turned and went up by the way to Bashan. So Og king of Bashan went out against them, he and all his people, to battle at Edrei. 34 Then the Lord said to Moses, Do not fear him, for I have delivered him into your hand, with all his people and his land. And you shall do to him as you did to Sihon king of the Amorites, who dwelt at Heshbon. 35 So they defeated him, his sons, and all his people, until there was no survivor left him, and they took possession of his land. Numbers 22. Then the children of Israel moved, and camped in the plains of Moab on the side of the Jordan across from Jericho. 2 Now Balak the son of Zippor saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. 3 And Moab was exceedingly afraid of the people because they were many, and Moab was sick with dread because of the children of Israel. 4 So Moab said to the elders of Midian, Now this company will lick up everything around us, as an ox licks up the grass of the field. And Balak the son of Zippor was king of the Moabites at that time. 5 Then he sent messengers to Balaam the son of Beor at Pethor, which is near the river in the land of the sons of his people, to call him, saying, Look, a people has come from Egypt. See, they cover the face of the earth, and are settling next to me. 6 Therefore please come at once, curse this people for me, for they are too mighty for me. Perhaps I shall be able to defeat them and drive them out of the land. For I know that he whom you bless is blessed, and he whom you curse is cursed. 7 So the elders of Moab and the elders of Midian departed with the diviner's fee in their hand, and they came to Balaam and spoke to him the words of Balak. 8 And he said to them, Lodge here tonight, and I will bring back word to you, as the Lord speaks to me. So the princes of Moab stayed with Balaam. 9 Then God came to Balaam and said, Who are these men with you? 10 So Balaam said to God, Balak the son of Zippor, king of Moab, has sent to me, saying, 11 Look, a people has come out of Egypt, and they cover the face of the earth. Come now, curse them for me. Perhaps I shall be able to overpower them and drive them out. 12 And God said to Balaam, You shall not go with them, you shall not curse the people, for they are blessed. 13 So Balaam rose in the morning and said to the princes of Balak, Go back to your land, for the Lord has refused to give me permission to go with you. 14 And the princes of Moab rose and went to Balak, and said, Balaam refuses to come with us. 15 Then Balak again sent princes, more numerous and more honorable than they. 16 And they came to Balaam and said to him, Thus says Balak the son of Zippor, Please let nothing hinder you from coming to me. 17 For I will certainly honor you greatly, and I will do whatever you say to me. Therefore please come, curse this people for me. 18 Then Balaam answered and said to the servants of Balak, Though Balak were to give me his house full of silver and gold, I could not go beyond the word of the Lord my God, to do less or more. 19 Now therefore, please, you also stay here tonight, that I may know what more the Lord will say to me. 20 And God came to Balaam at night and said to him, If the men come to call you, rise and go with them, but only the word which I speak to you that you shall do. 21 So Balaam rose in the morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the princes of Moab. 22 Then God's anger was aroused because he went, and the angel of the Lord took his stand in the way as an adversary against him. And he was riding on his donkey, and his 2 servants were with him. 23 Now the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand. And the donkey turned aside out of the way and went into the field. So Balaam struck the donkey to turn her back onto the road. 24 Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path between the vineyards, with a wall on this side and a wall on that side. 25 And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she pushed herself against the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall. So he struck her again. 26 Then the angel of the Lord went further, and stood in a narrow place where there was no way to turn either to the right hand or to the left. 27 And when the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, she lay down under Balaam. So Balaam's anger was aroused, and he struck the donkey with his staff. 28 Then the Lord opened the mouth of the donkey, And she said to Balaam, What have I done to you, that you have struck me these 3 times? 29 And Balaam said to the donkey, Because you have abused me. I wish there were a sword in my hand, for now I would kill you. 30 So the donkey said to Balaam, Am I not your donkey on which you have ridden, ever since I became yours, to this day? Was I ever disposed to do this to you? And he said, No. 31 Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the way with his drawn sword in his hand. And he bowed his head and fell flat on his face. 32 And the angel of the Lord said to him, Why have you struck your donkey these 3 times? Behold, I have come out to stand against you, because your way is perverse before me. 33 The donkey saw me and turned aside from me these 3 times. If she had not turned aside from me, surely I would also have killed you by now, and let her live. 34 And Balaam said to the angel of the Lord, I have sinned, for I did not know you stood in the way against me. Now therefore, if it displeases you, I will turn back. 35 Then the angel of the Lord said to Balaam, Go with the men, but only the word that I speak to you, that you shall speak. So Balaam went with the princes of Balak. 36 Now when Balak heard that Balaam was coming, he went out to meet him at the city of Moab, which is on the border at the Arnon, the boundary of the territory. 37 Then Balak said to Balaam, Did I not earnestly send to you, calling for you? Why did you not come to me? Am I not able to honor you? 38 And Balaam said to Balak, Look, I have come to you. Now, have I any power at all to say anything? The word that God puts in my mouth, that I must speak. 39 So Balaam went with Balak, and they came to Kirjath-Huzoth. 40 Then Balak offered oxen and sheep, and he sent some to Balaam and to the princes who were with him. 41 So it was the next day, that Balak took Balaam and brought him up to the high places of Baal, that from there he might observe the extent of the people. Mark 6:30 Then the apostles gathered to Jesus and told him all things, both what they had done and what they had taught. 31 And he said to them, Come aside by yourselves to a deserted place and rest a while. For there were many coming and going, and they did not even have time to eat. 32 So they departed to a deserted place in the boat by themselves. 33 But the multitude saw them departing, and many knew him and ran there on foot from all the cities. They arrived before them and came together to him. 34 And Jesus, when he came out, saw a great multitude and was moved with compassion for them, because they were like sheep not having a shepherd. So he began to teach them many things. 35 When the day was now far spent, his disciples came to him and said, This is a deserted place, and already the hour is late. 36 Send them away, that they may go into the surrounding country and villages and buy themselves bread, for they have nothing to eat. 37 But he answered and said to them, You give them something to eat. And they said to him, Shall we go and buy 200 denarii worth of bread and give them something to eat? 38 But he said to them, How many loaves do you have? Go and see. And when they found out, they said, 5, and 2 fish. 39 Then he commanded them to make them all sit down in groups on the green grass. 40 So they sat down in ranks, in hundreds, and in 50s. 41 And when he had taken the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven, blessed and broke the loaves, and gave them to his disciples to set before them. And the 2 fish he divided among them all. 42 So they all ate and were filled. 43 And they took up 12 baskets full of fragments and of the fish. 44 Now those who had eaten the loaves were about 5,000 men. 45 Immediately he made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side, to Bethsaida, while he sent the multitude away. 46 And when he had sent them away, he departed to the mountain to pray. 47 Now when evening came, the boat was in the middle of the sea, and he was alone on the land. 48 Then he saw them straining at rowing, for the wind was against them. Now about the 4th watch of the night he came to them, walking on the sea, and would have passed them by. 49 And when they saw him walking on the sea, they supposed it was a ghost, and cried out. 50 For they all saw him and were troubled. But immediately he talked with them and said to them, Be of good cheer. It is I. Do not be afraid. 51 Then he went up into the boat to them, and the wind ceased. And they were greatly amazed in themselves beyond measure, and marveled. 52 For they had not understood about the loaves, because their heart was hardened. 53 When they had crossed over, they came to the land of Gennesaret and anchored there. 54 And when they came out of the boat, immediately the people recognized him. 55 Ran through that whole surrounding region, and began to carry about on beds those who were sick to wherever they heard he was. 56 Wherever he entered into villages, cities, or in the country, they laid the sick in the marketplaces, and begged him that they might just touch the hem of his garment. And as many as touched him were made well. Psalm 56. To the chief musician. Set to the silent dove in distant lands. A Michtam of David when the Philistines captured him in Gath. Be merciful to me, O God, for man would swallow me up. Fighting all day he oppresses me. 2 My enemies would hound me all day, for there are many who fight against me. O Most High. 3 Whenever I am afraid, I will trust in you. 4 In God, I will praise his word. In God I have put my trust, I will not fear. What can flesh do to me? 5 All day they twist my words. All their thoughts are against me for evil. 6 They gather together, they hide, they mark my steps. When they lie in wait for my life. 7 Shall they escape by iniquity? In anger cast down the peoples. O God, 8 You number my wanderings. Put my tears into your bottle. Are they not in your book? 9 When I cry out to you, then my enemies will turn back. This I know, because God is for me. 10 In God, I will praise his word. In the Lord, I will praise his word. 11 In God I have put my trust, I will not be afraid. What can man do to me? 12 Vows made to you are binding upon me. O God, I will render praises to you. 13 For you have delivered my soul from death. Have you not kept my feet from falling, that I may walk before God in the light of the living? Proverbs 25. 1 These also are Proverbs of Solomon, which the men of Hezekiah king of Judah copied. 2 It is the glory of God to conceal a matter, but the glory of kings is to search out a matter. 3 As the heavens for height and the earth for depth, so the heart of kings is unsearchable. 4 Take away the dross from silver, and it will go to the silversmith for jewelry. 5 Take away the wicked from before the king, and his throne will be established in righteousness. 6 Do not exalt yourself in the presence of the king, and do not stand in the place of the great. 7 For it is better that he say to you, Come up here, than that you should be put lower in the presence of the prince, whom your eyes have seen. 8 Do not go hastily to court, for what will you do in the end, when your neighbor has put you to shame? 9 Debate your case with your neighbor, and do not disclose the secret to another. 10 Lest he who hears it expose your shame, and your reputation be ruined. 11 A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in settings of silver. 12 Like an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold is a wise rebuker to an obedient ear. 13 Like the cold of snow in time of harvest is a faithful messenger to those who send him, for he refreshes the soul of his masters. 14 Whoever falsely boasts of giving is like clouds and wind without rain. 15 By long forbearance a ruler is persuaded, and a gentle tongue breaks a bone. 16 Have you found honey? Eat only as much as you need, lest you be filled with it and vomit. 17 Seldom set foot in your neighbor's house, lest he become weary of you and hate you. 18 A man who bears false witness against his neighbor is like a club, a sword, and a sharp arrow. 19 Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a bad tooth and a foot out of joint. 20 Like one who takes away a garment in cold weather, and like vinegar on soda, is one who sings psalms to a heavy heart. 21 If your enemy is hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he is thirsty, give him water to drink. 22 For so you will heap coals of fire on his head, and the Lord will reward you. 23 The north wind brings forth rain, and a backbiting tongue an angry countenance. 24 It is better to dwell in a corner of a housetop than in a house shared with a contentious woman. 25 Is cold water to a weary soul, So is good news from a far country. Point 26. A righteous man who falters before the wicked is like a murky spring and a polluted well. Point 27. It is not good to eat much honey, so to seek one's own glory is not glory. Point 28. Whoever has no rule over his own spirit is like a city broken down, without walls. Thanks for reading with me today. Come back tomorrow as we continue our journey through the Bible. Like and subscribe so you don't miss the next day.